Sheeples, this is the.
Hello, Sheeples, and we are back today with another podcast, with another
Yay!
episode.
We are after a week of
And
absence.
just to say, this is the other guy who keeps changing his name every episode.
Yeah, if this is your first time listening to the episode, that's our format. One guy has a fixed username,
Yeah,
other guy has a new one every episode.
I'd
So
call
what's
myself
yours?
Mr. Ketchum today.
Oh no!
Yes.
I call copyright infringement. You can't have such a cool name, Mr.
I'm taking
Ketchup.
it. I'm taking it, dude.
Damn. You know what? As a kid growing up in India, who watched Pokemon in Hindi, I
Huh.
used to think his name is Ash. Oh wow, I just said Ass. Not Ash for sure.
You
But I
know
used to
what?
think his name was Ash Ketchup. Like
Yeah.
tomato ketchup. Ash Ketchup. His father
I
was
think I
nice,
think to an
his
extent
mother
even
was
I
nice.
to an extent, even I felt like I think his name was
Did you
Ketchup.
did you watch the
Though
cartoons in English or Hindi?
both.
Both.
I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
it in both.
yeah. I think it was a weird time when
Yeah.
Cartoon Network was all purest English, and then suddenly some patriotic wave happened, and they're like, "नहीं नहीं नहीं, बच्चे हिंदी में देखेंगे cartoon." Yeah.
just to put it out there, do you know what Ash's real name is in Japanese? Like the place where it comes from.
Whoa, this is gonna be a revelation. No, I do not.
His name is Satoshi.
Oh wait, did you once show me a video where his voice in the Japanese anime sounds so different? Or was it? Oh no,
That
that
was
was
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z.
Z.
That was
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
like Goku sounds weird in Japanese.
Okay, just to put it out there for whoever watches Dragon Ball Z or has watched Dragon Ball Z, please go and check out Goku's Japanese voice in Dragon Ball
Damn,
Z
that was
because
a weird moment.
it is weird. It'll make you. I don't know. It just took me out of it. It just made Goku feel so. What the fuck happened to this man,
Yeah,
dude?
like
Like,
well,
I
wrong
remember
batch of
his name,
steroids and
voice being
insulin.
so different. But anyway, that is a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
we don't want to get somebody mad.
yeah.
But hey,
No.
love.
I mean, I'll say it like, dude. I usually am a Japanese dub person. I'll listen to the Japanese thing first because that's where it's made. But the only exception to this rule is Goku. I
Mm,
don't like that voice. It's so bad, and so many people will agree with me. That it could be because we've watched it in English first.
yeah.
But anyway, uh,
Okay, yeah.
that whole
So
thing
we're
aside.
gonna talk about Pokemon, and if every episode
Pokemon.
the nostalgia in you is already bubbling high,
Yeah.
to all those '90s kids out there, this is probably the greatest cartoon apart from Samurai Jack
I
and
mean, to be
Dragon
fair,
Ball
that
Z.
cartoon has been going on like for the 2000s and kids and 2010 kids as well. So
Okay.
it's like it's become more than just our generation. To be fair,
Yeah. And we're gonna talk about I mean the Pokemon universe is insanely huge,
yeah.
but we're gonna talk about the trading cards game, which I never figured out how to play, and the Game Boy
The Game Boy games, yeah.
game, yeah, which is boss, because I never had a Game Boy. So
Yeah, you played on emulators. I realized that later.
it was
Allegedly,
it was
allegedly played on
It was a
emulators.
long time before I figured out I could play on emulators. Like my
Yeah.
childhood was just peering over the shoulders of other kids, watching
Oh
them battle the fuck out of it. And I was
no.
like, "Hey, please, can I also squeeze? Like, can I press button, please?"
अरे अरे अरे
No,
बेचारा
my Game
that
Boy. You can only
that's
watch, but
sad.
trust me, watching was an insane experience. I
Nah,
love watching.
I think watching gameplay is also a lot of fun in
Oh,
general.
dude, like
Like
that genre has exploded. Like
yeah,
what?
in the
But
past few years. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's been a few days. Like I think it's been almost 2 weeks since we recorded an episode.
yeah, man.
And we wanted to come back with like a fun one, a light topic, because we've been kind of talking about a lot of deep stuff. A lot of stuff has gone down on the internet in the past few weeks,
Yeah,
and I guess it's just one of those things where we wanted to take it like to a, I don't know, old nostalgic place, to a fun place where we don't need to think about like whatever is happening in the world for the time being.
correct.
Let's just have fun. Let's just
Let's just
have
have fun.
fun talking about Pokemon and
Fuck
just
yeah. Like,
reliving those memories.
go back to that
Um,
little kid sipping on rasna and eating butter
so,
jam
oh,
sandwiches.
Rasna. Oh my god. I
Yeah,
remember
big
Rasna.
old shout
Arey,
out, like unveiling the corpse from the grave. Like I don't even know. Rasna no more. But yeah,
Uh,
like
at that time, we used to sip on Rasna. Now I'm sipping on a coffee. By the way, I do have a coffee in my hand.
yeah, I'm cutting on coffee, so I've had 0 cups in the past 3 days, which
Whoa,
is
whoa, whoa, whoa.
very
You're telling me you, a
yeah,
coffee addict, has not had any cups of coffee?
exactly. So I've been
What
like
the?
trying to be off coffee because it was I probably was overdoing it, or maybe it's something else, but I just wanted to see if the coffee is messing with me. I've gone back to my herbal tea where there's
Oh
a,
God.
a lot of ginger infused in it, and there's just a little bit of
Such a bougie person you are.
yeah,
Like the bouginess
bourgeois.
can
Like I'm doing that Italian hand moment right now. I don't know. I know no one can see me, but I'm doing it consistently. Like, yeah, I'm tasteful as fuck. I wear a monocle and a
uh,
hat, and I do this.
oh, you also have that handlebar mustache.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Just twirling it around.
that is just me. Okay, and girls and sheeples.
Yeah, and non-binaries, everybody.
Why was it so cool?
Why was Pokemon so cool? I
Why
don't know.
was like the first episode, man? Like, God,
I just even before the episodes, dude. I think we were introduced to the games before the anime, and
I think
because
it was for me. It was the other way around. But go on, tell
really.
me about your side of it. How did Pokemon?
I mean, okay, so here goes for me. I remember. So the first time I ever saw Pokemon, was because I was at a friend's birthday party at a really really young age. It's a very long time back. I don't remember exactly which
Yeah,
year.
you said birthday party. We know those are long. Those are like those are vintage now because there ain't no parties no more.
Sad. But yeah, so this was really early on. Like I think when I was 5 years old or something, must have been that time. I remember going to this birthday party. This is a very vivid memory for me because I remember instead of like doing whatever people used to do at the time with that Brazil song and
But
and
la, 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 la.
the that tomato song or what was it?
No way.
Something something happens in that song. Yeah, anybody. Yeah,
Ahead
yeah, yeah, that song. My God, those songs. But
and there
nobody
was a
nobody cared
Hindi
to do anything on that. We
in
were
Hindi
we were
remix
literally
went like
sitting.
boogie boogie. Like oh yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
Giovanni. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing it. I don't
Anyway,
want people to unsubscribe.
let's get on with the conversation.
Yeah.
So, like so we were just there at the party, not doing anything else, but sitting on chairs around this one person who had a Game Boy, who was playing
Oh
Pokemon, and that is how I got introduced to that freaking game. Because I remember sitting next to that person and just looking like, oh my God, what is this? What's happening? What are these creatures? What is? I mean, I didn't know the word creatures. What is this thing?
yeah, that's
Yeah, like imagine if I knew the word creature as a 5-year-old. But anyway, but yeah, so that's how I got introduced, right? Like it's just staring at someone playing a Game Boy. I think that also it was a Game Boy Advance. Was it an advanced? Was it a color? I don't remember.
right? You had like the Game Boy, and then you had the Advance, and then you had the Advance SP or something, right?
Yeah, so it was Game Boy Color, Advanced SP, and then the DS version started
So
coming out.
Game Boy must have been made really long ago, right? If they had a black and white version, that fucking means
Yeah,
like
I think it was around 80, 88 or something
really
around
fuck me.
when the Game Boy started coming out, if I'm not
I have
wrong.
like I think my first introduction to Game Boy was in the year 2003.
Really?
2003. No, wait. My sorry, my bad. My introduction to the playing cards and the cartoon was 2003.
Huh.
I sort of caught on to the hype a little later. I think my childhood cartoons were more like Tom and Jerry and Courage and Samurai Jack. And then Pokemon came a little, I think Pokemon came after Dragon Ball Z. And
Ah, okay.
like it was just a cartoon that randomly started, and for some reason, just I'm so glad I was able to watch it from the first episode on, and
Yeah.
I was hooked like right
Dude,
from the
just something about that world, right? Like just being, and I think it was also because we were like younger though than the characters in that anime,
yeah
or rather, whoever we were playing as in the video game as well.
yeah
It was just that fact of like oh, we are in a world where we can go out, go for an adventure, be on our own, find these like monsters or pocket monsters that people used to call them before, like
Yeah.
really early on. The fake Pokemon cards used to have pocket monsters instead of Pokemon written on them.
Putting comics or Charizard in your pocket.
And
Was
the fake ones used to be so cheap. Like so many people had that pocket monsters thing in general, right? Because people didn't realize like if they are buying the real like pack or no.
around, there used to be so many like those bro science kind of rules कि ये किया तो fake है वो किया तो fake है like if the Pokemon
Dude,
का की ball is
like
ulta
I don't know how people whoever like realized all these things, right? Like I don't know
I
how
don't
this
know,
thing used to get spread because
I just feel
nobody
that
had
if
the
it
internet.
yeah right like and I'm sure no one's dad was googling that shit like
Yeah.
all I knew it was above 120 HP or 100 HP then like shit got dodgy like if it was 1200 HP and it was called Hagai Keru then like yeah you fucking
Wait,
had a
what?
fake Pokemon.
What? You
Had that Pokemon whose name was Hagai Keru, and that fucker was 1200 HP. And I conned like this
uh,
little kid, okay, who just got his first pack, and I conned him into giving me six cards.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. 1200 HP, huh?
believe
Um,
that.
so
That,
so I think 100 up was there. It was just never like 500, 600 or something, and
I remember Charizard was 120 or something. 100.
something along those lines, right?
That I've had.
Like,
Like right now, like I fucking, you know what, for all of y'all out there, I still have my Pokemon cards in my
mhm.
Pokemon album, and that album has that same plastic smell that it had when I first bought it. And it's
Oh
in
my god.
that four cards together kind of album. People have that landscape album and portrait
Yeah,
album and shit like that. This is the landscape one. And right now I'm just looking at all these cards and I'm so glad I kept them, man. This is like
bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm really, really jealous right now.
send me more
Hella jealous.
cards, man. Like please.
The only reason I'm saying like I'm jealous is because my old cards all got like given away by my mom.
Oh my fuck.
She
God.
she ended up like giving it to some kid, which is fair enough. Like I didn't play with them according to her, or I didn't use them anymore. So she was like,
Did you even know how to play with them? All I knew is my HP is more than your HP. Fuck off. Like I
I think one of those things used to be like we used to keep a bundle in our hand and like just put the card like make it face upwards and then like see whoever had the higher HP would win. That was one way how people used to play from what I remember. But I did end up like understanding how to play the Pokemon trading card game, if you want to call it that. And the reason I learned, to be honest, was because of this. Okay, so on my birthday, right? My cousin had gifted me this PC game that was basically about Pokemon trading cards, and it had all the rules about like how do you play, what are the proper rules of playing, how do you like actually use the cards, and what are the attacks for, and what does each and every symbol mean. And
yeah,
that's like I played against like the PC I mean at the time there was no online multiplayer anyway, so
but
I
then
didn't have
I
like
know that game existed.
dude, yeah, like I don't remember what the exact name of the game was anymore. It's a very, very old memory. But I remember that game being a thing, and you used to get like a starter deck, and you had to play against like these CPU. Like it got harder in difficulty, and you started understanding how to play the game. Yes, the rules have changed over time because the newer rules are very different from what it used to be originally.
I mean, I'm sure you've dabbled in this more. Is the card game still pretty big, or was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, there are tournaments happening. There's all that stuff like still going on even today.
Damn,
Like,
I had no
uh,
clue. Like at least the kids I was growing up with, all they knew was मेरा HP ज़्यादा है, मैं जीत गया.
mhm.
And that's about it. No, and people were just like hoarding and collecting it. No one really ever figured out. And I think that happened because of those WWE playing cards and those cricket playing cards, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like because we used to play those cards the same way we play the
yeah,
Pokemon cards,
yeah,
right? Like,
that's what we did. And then it was so bizarre, but it was so much fun. Like just the thrill of like like everybody knew what are the common cards. Like you fucking always got a Caterpie or a Venom. Like, oh,
you
it
know,
was
you know, you know what I want to do with these cards though one day.
so
Um, uh, like so this is something I follow a channel by by a name called Randolph Pokemon. He on YouTube basically, and what he does is like he takes part in all these tournaments, and he'll do like he also does a lot of like Pokemon game tournaments where he'll actually like play the game that's going on recently, which is the Sword and Shield
Wow.
version, which is I don't remember which gen it is now. I think it's Gen 8, Gen 8
Yeah,
maybe.
for,
Yeah.
for those of you who are like me, who stopped watching Pokemon after season 5, that universe got weirdly complicated with names like Sun and Moon and Black and White
Black and
and
White, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. So Diamond and Pearl, I don't know if you've played or not.
I
Uh,
think I stopped at Ruby and Sapphire, maybe
yeah, so
like
Ruby and Sapphire was after, like, was before Diamond and Pearl.
okay,
So Ruby and Sapphire ke baad there was, I mean, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald comes together. Diamond, Pearl is
okay.
together. Diamond and Pearl, and there's one more version in that. Then there's Black and White that came after that. Black and White had two versions of it, like Black and White 1 and Black and White 2. There were two of them that came out. There was there was X and Y. X and Y was the next one. After that
Dude,
came
comes in and drops his black and yellow, black and yellow.
after X and
What's
Y,
going on?
there was so there was Sun and Moon after X and Y, and after Sun and Moon there was now that's what's going on is Sword and Shield, and these are the gens that like we remember the original ones, right? The
First,
red and blue, or green and blue, green and red, right? I think it was Pokemon Green.
it was there was yellow, and then there was
Yeah, yellow was also on.
red and blue, and then there was green and yellow.
Green and
I
yellow,
mean, of
and
course, back when I was watching the cartoons, I had no idea.
gold and silver came by, right? Like the
Oh,
Johto one,
yeah, like fuck, dude.
where Ho-Oh and Lugia were the ones that were
Oh
the
my god, like
legendaries.
that thrill, like that thrill, of a legendary Pokemon, like that concept, like that
Oh my god, dude.
small little thing that they did was such a
So
great touch.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What has been like in the five gens that you've played, or four gens rather you've played?
Hmm.
Four, three, four. Either way, three gens technically, because seasons were five gens, or those are three gens technically. But anyway, in those gens, which have been your favorite legendaries? Like one favorite legendary, two favorite Pokemon, like overall.
Wow.
Um,
I mean, I don't know if I can keep track with like, which
Whoever
generation,
you
but
remember, it doesn't matter.
I can put
Like
it out. I always thought like Suicune was pretty fucking cool. Like
really, okay.
Suicune had this sleek little, I don't know, and probably somewhere I'm mixing it up with the Harry Potter Patronus moment, when he finds the
Ah,
Suicune and the Patronus in the door,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
course Severus Snape. And I think I'm mixing both of them. But either ways, I remember there was Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. I thought Suicune was pretty cool. I think of the birds, I found Lapdos was majestic. Wait,
Zapdos, you mean?
no, oh wait, no, Lugia. I just
Huh.
made Lugia and Zapdos have a baby and call it.
Lapdos. I was like, wait, what's
Yeah,
Lapdos?
I thought Lugia was pretty fucking cool. Like it was
Yeah,
it was a badass Pokemon.
fair.
I think if I had to name a third, maybe
Well, pardon? Can
no,
you
I'm,
repeat
I'm
that?
thinking if I had to name a third, it would maybe be a tie between well, yeah, no,
Stumped.
I think I'm going to stop it too. I think these two were pretty memorable. After that, I have to stretch. But what about you, Mr. Ketchup? Ketchup?
Wait. You didn't say any normal Pokemon though. Which one was your favorite
Okay, I
normal
have to tell you
Pokemon?
like some nice. Okay, I think in normal Pokemons, I always had like a liking towards Onyx. I thought Onyx was
Ah, okay.
it's like fucking a bunch of rocks
Onyx and
just
then Steelix because it
to
evolves into Steelix, if you
yeah.
remember
I never understood how Onyx evolved into Steelix, but I'm like, होएगा कुछ तो भी metal stone होएगा evolution के लिए.
that.
I
um
what about you?
okay, so for me, okay, so yeah, here's the thing. For me, in the legendaries, if I were to divide it into birds and the normal legendaries, I
Beast.
would say I would say my favorite legendary in general was has been so it's between two,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which is Giratina and Dialga, and these guys are from.
adventure. Like what? A lot of listeners went like, yeah, yeah.
these two are from the Diamond and Pearl generation. The only reason they are my favorites
Okay.
is because they represent a very cool aspect in Pokemon, which is Dialga is the Pokemon that controls time. Okay,
Oh,
its domain is over time, which is it has one attack called Roll of Time that is like a one hit KO. And
yeah.
I mean, at the time it used to be. Now it's changed a lot. Everything has changed in Pokemon. But yeah, so I remember playing with that one Pokemon a lot. And Giratina is supposed to be a Pokemon that was trapped in the mirror dimension or the upside down dimension. And this is all like you will get to know if you watch this movie about these four Pokemons that came out.
Okay. Okay.
There's a Pokemon movie you should watch.
Mm.
I think it's called Lucario's something. It's no, this is not the Lucario one. I'm forgetting the name. Anyway, this it has these Pokemon. So the another cool Pokemon from that generation in general was Arceus. There was another one, but like Arceus is supposedly the god of Pokemon. um
Ooh.
yeah, so he like Arceus, he or she or it, whatever you want to call it, that one Pokemon has control over all the types basically. It can use all moves, everything, and it's the creator of
तो
Pokemon,
ये तो
if you
cheating
want to
है.
call it.
Like what the
And
fuck?
I mean, you couldn't catch it per se, like you could if you wanted to cheat. But yeah, so I
Does
think
he come in the game as well, or
yeah,
he
he
was
was.
whatever?
It was there. It was there. It was there in
Uh,
the game. I just don't remember how you used to get it, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there was a way. There was a way.
Oh,
I
so
remember
you've played
Diamond and
games
Pearl.
beyond like red and yellow and green. Oh, you
Yeah. So
played those.
the last gen I played was Diamond and Pearl because that was the DS that I had that supported Diamond and Pearl, right? And after
Oh,
that, like you needed to buy a new DS for the next one,
really? They
and
did creepy shit like that?
I mean, I think so. It keeps getting updated, right? So when a new system comes out, it has better processors and all that, and these guys have to make
Yeah,
games for those
yeah.
processors. So you can't really like, and it used to come over a very long period of time. It's not like the next year a new DS came
Not
out.
like
That DS,
PlayStation, right? Like,
PlayStation, dude. It's been what? When did PS4 come out? It's been
I
6 years, 7 years
oh, really?
now.
Damn. Then my bad. I thought they came out with one every 3 years or something.
No. PlayStation comes out. So PS3 came out around 2008, 2009, maybe around that 2007, 2008 or something. And PS4 came out in 2014 or 2013, 2013, 2014, around that time. And now 2020, end of 2020 is going to be PS5. And that's also because this technology grows so much, you can't stick with the old gens because you need the new processors, you need like better SSDs and all that stuff. So again, same thing with like Nintendo and Pokemon in general now has become so
Like,
cool.
Pokemon was their home run, right? Like that was their out of the park.
Pokemon was one of their home runs. I think one of their bigger ones also is Mario.
Oh, really? Mario
Nintendo.
is bigger than Pokemon?
Dude, yeah. To an extent, like Mario has a very
I mean,
huge fan
I'm the
base.
person who could never get past the first level of Mario. Like the part where you jump on two fishes, I could never figure that out.
So Mario's had so many games. It has Party. Some Mario Party is a thing. There's Smash Brothers as well. Not just Mario. It's all Nintendo characters. You can play as Pokemon in that game as well.
Right.
But like, so there are three games really big for Nintendo. If you really want to go that deep, one is Mario, there's Legend of Zelda, and then there's Pokemon. Like these three are very big properties for them. There are more than that. Like there's I'm forgetting the name of the game, but there's this character called Samus in that, and she's a very famous character. And so anyway, like there's a lot of properties. We just know a lot more about Pokemon because we've
Dude,
grown up.
while I was flipping my album, I came across probably the saddest story in the Pokemon universe. I
Huh.
came upon this card called Cubone.
Oh, oh my God, yeah. Cubone has such a sad story. It like genuinely hits me, man.
Game where Cubone is there and is as I think as Marowak or Dude, but I don't know if y'all don't know this, and I didn't know this till I was quite older. And it's fucked up of Nintendo to put such a creepy, sad story. Okay, not creepy, but such a sad
Creepy.
story, like for a child's game. So basically, Cubone's story is that Marowak is the mother,
Hmm.
or and Cubone is the kid,
Yeah.
which is also the evolution. But what happens is Marowak somehow either dies because of some kind of illness or is killed by some poachers for the skull, and Cubone is left orphaned, and Cubone as a little baby cries for many days next to the mother's body till the body is gone and only the skulls and the
Skull is
bones are
left.
left. It fucking wears the skull and becomes Cubone.
Cubone.
Bone in
Uh,
his hand is its own mother's, and that
I
is
mean, it
just.
became its own Pokemon later on, but like,
I
yeah.
am
So
like
original
all
story.
over right now. It is such a sad story,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to they were trying to teach like a bigger message to the kid about animal poaching, and I don't know if it's that, then like hats off to them. That's brilliant. But I don't think anybody as a child really understood that depth. I think
I mean,
I had to play the Pokemon game to really
yeah.
understand the story
Yeah.
of it. I think in the game you go in one of those buildings where Team Rocket is trying to get this Pokemon that's invisible.
Oh, you're talking about the graveyard there, where it's like a Pokemon graveyard.
Yeah, and then Team Rocket's trying to get this Pokemon,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
go in.
Oh, dude, that was spooky as well,
That
dude.
was fucking spooky,
The
yeah. And
the music was quite like genuinely scary.
yep. And I was like, fuck, I just had to tell you about Cubone.
Oh, okay. So here's another thing I wanted to ask you is like you've played a lot of the Pokemon games,
Yes.
and what has genuinely been your favorite memory or favorite game to play? Both different things. It can be related to your favorite game, like this memory as well. But
Okay.
what has like been that one thing that you'll always remember
Okay. So
about
this
Pokemon?
is such a toughie to answer because there's so much context and nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep it like as short as I can.
No, so if like I'm just saying the first thing that comes.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind has to be the first game that I played, which is
Hmm.
Pokemon Fire Red. And
Yeah.
I remember that a friend of mine had just showed me what an emulator was, and then he'd come and he was like this elder kid that I looked up to, and then
Huh.
he had a Game Boy too, but he also knew how to figure the emulator out. So he came over,
Nice.
yeah, with the emulator on a fucking floppy disk, okay, which is just telling you how old this memory is. And then he downloaded the emulator, which was called Visual Boy Advance,
Huh.
on my computer, and he told me that you can just go to the internet and download the games. And this was my first time. Okay, my first ever download on the internet was
Yeah.
Pokemon Fire Red. I had
My God.
I had
That's
a
amazing.
I had a dial-up connection where my modem used to make tan tan kind of noises. Phone line would go there. And my parents didn't know I was accessing the internet, right? So I had to be
Yeah.
in and out like quick, like a fucking ninja, right?
Oh
It
my God.
was a 22 KB file, and I
Huh.
had a phone line connection. I used to download at like 0.25 kbps.
वो 22 KB में तूने कितने viruses और download किए ये
Dude, I
भी
have no
बता.
clue. I must have wrecked my PC or what, but I am so glad I googled how to. I
Huh.
probably searched on
Yeah.
Bing or something. I don't even know how to go to Google. And I downloaded Fire Red, and it turned out it was the black and white version, but that didn't matter,
Hmm.
right? Because I fucking knew how to download the Pokemon game, and I loaded that up, dude. And the screen, it asks you to, dude. And I remember that memory was priceless, man. Like I had to enter my name, and it was like Professor Oak shows up, and he's like, you have to choose. And I remember, I think you had Charmander, you had Squirtle, and you had Bulbasaur, and of course it was Fire Red, so I was going to pick Charmander. And dude, that was I think like the happiest I have been. Like I would wager and say that Pokemon makes me happier than Harry Potter, which is also
Whoa.
big thing to say. And we've spoken about this, right, in our
Yeah.
earlier Would You Rather episodes, that we would rather be stuck in the Pokemon world than the Harry
Dude,
Potter world.
any day, like I think that world, I've connected myself to that world so much as a kid that I think it's genuinely my favorite world to be.
Fucking
Like,
same.
if I would love to play those games again still today.
I dude, I would too, man. I would do
Um,
like.
Like the
Is
one reason I want to buy a Switch, like a Nintendo Switch, and this is one of those reasons at least, is because remember when we were kids, we used to dream of being able to actually see the world in like 3D and have
no,
like the crazy graphics.
they did that? They really did that?
Yeah. So you are genuinely now you can like it's proper 3D
First
stuff.
person view and everything?
It's yeah. So like how
Oh
you
my
play God of War and all
god.
those like it's
Oh
first person.
fuck.
You're in that world. You're a third person. It's a third person view because you can
Oh
see your
fuck.
character, but it's
Dude,
still in that world. You're moving around. You're walking. It's not just like a top down view.
dude, it's
And
weird, but I'm a bit turned on right now. And I'm like,
no,
whoa,
no, no, don't do that.
Pokemon.
I didn't need to know this. TMI,
I'm
TMI.
like, fuck, dude, this 3D is giving me massive
Ah,
goosebumps. And I'm like, shit, how is this even possible? Like, that's what I dreamt of all throughout as a child. That, like
yeah,
a first person 3D game where you're
yeah.
like watching everything.
And
And
this is they've done it like I think it's been so it started off in the previous gen, but it wasn't as good because they were just starting to do it. This gen though, Sword and Shield has gotten a lot of like love from the fans because people really like the way they've handled the stuff. They've introduced new concepts. There's a lot that's been happening in the games. If I go into it, like people will get confused. You really need to like kind of look into it.
why the fuck did we grow up? Why couldn't we be kids
uh,
and play Pokemon every day?
I mean, honestly, like I would recommend you all to just genuinely check out the stuff that's going on with Pokemon nowadays. Because just before anything else, before I mention my own favorite memory, I would like to tell you guys. There's one thing. You sheeples, sorry. It's been a few days. I need to get back to the sheeple thing.
It's been so long
Yeah.
that I haven't
But
seen your face.
so now Pokemon is coming out with a MOBA or a mobile device game, a Switch and mobile device game that's a basically multiple. A MOBA is a type of game where you have you ever played Dota or do you know what Dota 2 and all that stuff is?
Nah, man, just not. What's it about?
Um, so MOBA is basically like a multiplayer online battle arena. It's called a multiplayer
Hmm.
online battle arena, and
Hmm.
where you
Nice
are a Pokemon
acronym.
yourself, and you're in these situations where you're fighting other Pokemon in groups. And so they are coming out with a game that you can play not only on a Switch but also on your mobile devices.
Oh fuck, dude,
It's
that.
called Pokemon Unite. It's not what Go was. You don't have to go anywhere. You can be at home.
Yeah,
um, you can play it at home. You yourself are a Pokemon. You will have a party. I don't know exactly how that game is going to work, but it is something that's coming up. You will be in a party with
dude, I
friends and
am
you'll be
so
fighting
hyped
other
right
people.
now. Dude, we
So
should seriously consider chipping in and buying the Switch, like half and half. I am
I'm
so
in. I am
excited.
in.
Is that 3D game already out, or is it
So
gonna?
it's gonna come. This one will be there for your. Oh, sorry. You mean the Sword and Shield? It's already out. Sword and
Oh
Shield is
my
already
god, I'm just gonna go and watch a lot of YouTube
out. But
gameplays.
Pokemon MOBA is coming out, like Pokemon Unite is coming out soon. So whoever wants to play it, they can.
Okay,
I would recommend like checking out the trailer and stuff. You sheeples will genuinely like it.
yeah.
Z, you should also check it out just for the fact that it's
Dude,
like
and
something.
whoever's listening to this, our Instagram is going to be full of my old cards. So there is going to be so much nostalgia.
Yo,
Like,
give me some good pictures.
I'm going to give you some fucking great pictures of Bellsprout and Fiero
Like
and
those are our posts for the week. That I don't need to
yeah,
work on art.
no need to work on artwork. It's going to be all Pokemon
Yes.
photos.
Done.
Wow.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Makes me like be unproductive at home. I'm okay with that.
Do you know, in a weird way, in my Pokemon card album I just saw, I also have some Harry Potter cards. Harry Potter had
Oh
playing
wow!
cards, trading
How
cards.
really?
Like,
Didn't
there's a
know that.
Comet 260, there is Seamus Finnegan, there's a Potions
Huh?
Lesson.
That's interesting. I don't remember ever there being like a
I
Harry
think
Potter
I
card
probably
playing.
might have something. Whoa, Bloodroot, Poison, Bludger. Wow, that's,
Nice.
yeah.
I remember.
Speaking
I
of,
remember playing the Harry Potter games on the PlayStation because
I remember, I think the last game I played was
yeah.
Chamber. That was it. But I played that on my PS1 के भी पहले का जो PlayStation था. Like,
Ah,
I don't know what it was called. Probably just the PlayStation.
just the
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Tactics.
But yeah, so I forgot like I was gonna say my favorite memory.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Go on. Lay it on us, man.
So this is not my first memory with Pokemon, but this is rather like a little later on.
Mm-hmm.
This was when like this was when I think I was in 2000 was in second grade, second or third grade, or in 2002 2003, some around those times. I used to have a friend in my building who, like, we used to play every day together. Okay, like we he sadly moved out a very very long time ago. I hope he's doing well. He's in
Damn.
Canada or something,
Give
maybe
him a
US.
shout out. Give him a shout out. Who's this guy?
His name is Ryan. I don't remember where he is
I'm
right now.
Ryan. Those Pokemon memories you've given to Mr. Ketchum, he's always gonna
Oh,
remember
it's
them.
it's not just Pokemon. We used to like bike around, play and all that. Anyway, a very
Oh,
very old like childhood friend of
we
mine.
miss you, Ryan.
Yeah, we do miss you, Ryan. But honestly, so one memory with him was I remember going to his apartment and sitting in his room playing Ruby and Sapphire. And we were playing, I think, Sapphire because we were trying to catch a Kyogre together. Okay,
Ooh,
and Kyogre is one of the coolest Pokemons. Kyogre is one of the coolest Pokemons. I love that Pokemon, and we were genuinely like we were having such a difficult time trying to catch a Kyogre because we either used to end up making it faint, or we always like never caught it because the Pokeball never like settled.
oh yeah, you needed like a Ultra or a Master, not a
Yeah,
Master
yeah,
Ball,
yeah. Like
but like
we didn't want to use the
waste.
Master Ball for some
Yeah,
reason.
like I don't know why the Master Ball was like your
Yeah.
own innocence that you're preserving for who you have no fucking
No
idea.
clue. But yeah, so we wanted to we wanted to get Kyogre, and I just remember spending like so much time just like first of all trying to find the Kyogre. Then once we found the Kyogre, trying to catch it. Like that one memory with of like just being in that one room for us and just playing Pokemon, and then talking and then playing Pokemon cards is, I think, one of my favorite memories as a kid. With Pokemon, at least, to be honest, because the other memories that I can remember is like just like as soon as school got over, me and a few friends of mine, we used to just enter the shop where we used to try to find like cards, Pokemon cards, and buy like packs of cards, like 10 rupee packs, where you used to get like that one pack with 10 cards or some stuff like that, and they used to be really cheap. So we were like, oh, let's go and buy this pack and see what we get. And I think these are just like small things where it used to be so much fun just discussing. Oh, look what I got! Oh, look at this Pokemon I got! Or oh my god, like I got a Charizard. I never got a Charizard, just saying. But oh, I got a Charizard and all those
Dude,
kind of
those
things.
moments, right? Like you just stand in front of like 6, 7 packs, and then you're
Yeah,
you're you're like, you know what? Let the force guide me towards the magical pack that's
I
gonna
wish
have
I
all.
wish I had a Charizard, man.
Yeah, dude, I never lucked out with my. I just remember buying one starter pack, and I had to
Yeah,
like beg like a real skilled beggar to my parents to convince them, please let me buy this. And they're like, what is this? Another distraction that you've come up with to not study?
yeah,
What is this bullshit? I'm like, no, please let me just get it. All my friends have a Game Boy.
yeah.
Let me just. And dude, just that feel of opening that glossy little metal packing, sorry, plastic packing, and then these six
I think
cards come
let's do
out.
one thing. Let's do one thing soon for our YouTube channel. For people who don't follow our sheeples who don't follow our YouTube channel, please do, because other than the podcast,
We're on YouTube.
we are gonna start putting up like different kinds of videos as well, like gameplay stuff, life stuff, and all those kind of things, because
Yeah,
we are looking into that. Since the quarantine is going on, we aren't really like doing that at the moment.
now we're going through some Quentin Quarantino, so
Yeah. So Quentin Quarantino, as soon as that
yeah,
is over,
Quarantino
um,
Rossi isn't
we do
quite over.
have a plans. So one of them, I think we can do this, is like buy a bunch of packs of cards
Oh my
and
God.
open them on camera and see what we get.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was
Let's see what we get.
fuck. I remember like back when you were a kid, you were the boss if you had this card called
Oh,
Ancient Mew.
oh my God,
Do
yeah,
you remember Ancient fucking Mew?
yeah,
And
yeah,
dude, I
yeah, yeah.
recently checked that card sells for big money on eBay, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, defo,
Like I'm sure there are
100%.
bootleggers printing Ancient Mew at their own house, but like If you had the
No, so
legit
you have to. There's a whole agency that like grades your Pokemon cards if it's proper or not, fake or not, real. Like what is it like?
dude,
And
why
they'll
didn't we start that? Like, what the fuck?
so the thing is like if you get your Pokemon card graded, and this is genuinely a thing, if you get like a Gem Mint 10, which is basically the highest grade your Pokemon card can get, your Pokemon card's value becomes crazy high. So if you have like this one ancient Mew, which like gets the Gem Mint 10, since those are very rare because Gem Mint 10 means it has no problems, no imperfections in its making. It is not bent. It does not have any white spots. Nothing like that. It's real. Basically that card which would originally without the casing and everything and the grade which would sell for like 10, $20, $30 maybe max, would can definitely go for like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 plus dollars,
What?
like that. But you need to get your cards graded for that. Like it's a whole thing, it's a whole process.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I'd rather just be a kid, man, and like pretend all of this stuff doesn't exist and
no but
cards are for playing.
honestly, like genuinely we really want to do this. Let's do this, man, like
We will
genuinely.
be, yeah, we're
We'll
gonna
buy a
open
bunch
up.
of packs and we'll
Yeah,
open them on camera to
yeah,
see what we get.
totally gonna do that.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
Dude, like,
But
but do you remember like instances in the game? So like I of course like overall after I played red and then I probably played blue and then I played
uh,
green and
yeah,
yellow. I realized the structure was kind of similar, you just had names were changed. Like, if at least in the original series, if you played one game, the structure wasn't like wildly different for the others. It was pretty similar.
like
Like the
how the
first
story
game, yeah. I mean, I think like the whole journey to the gym, and then you have these
goes.
caves, and
Right,
then you
right.
have like some Team Rocket shenanigans happening, which is just
I mean, it
fucking
was always a different team.
yeah. So for me, like I remember like maximum struggle was when I played the first game, right? When I was playing Fire Red. And I
Right.
remember like, not knowing like, you had to have the cut HM and not
Uh,
knowing like, you had to learn to fly and then you could fucking fly around. Dude, I didn't know for the longest time that you needed a Poke Flute to get Snorlax to wake up. Like
oh,
I
dude,
was
yeah,
stuck
that was.
so
I think
long.
that is also one of those things that got passed around by like by
Yeah,
one person who
like
knew.
the wisdom. The wisdom.
The wise school friend that
And then
always
you
knew
used to
the
tell them, "Hey,
answer.
करके देना मेरे को करके देना कैसे नहीं?"
We always had that one person, okay, that
Yeah,
one person, whoever that might be. You first of all, we love you, whoever you are.
whoever
If
you
you are
were,
that
man.
person, like even today, if you help your friends, our classmates, whoever,
Seriously,
just like, because of you, we went ahead in these games.
you automatically become the most memorable person we know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to now put in effort. I know who exactly
Uh,
the person is, and I'm like, fuck.
uh,
Because
so
like back then, you didn't have the internet, right? You didn't have cheat codes.
yeah,
So if you were stranded, you were really stranded. Like there
yeah,
was
yeah,
there was,
yeah.
there was no bypass.
Dude, we couldn't find the answer because we were that like we never understood gaming as such at the time, right? Like we
I
hadn't
think
developed
I
that
think
kind of.
that was pretty pure, not
Yeah,
knowing cheat codes and not
yeah.
knowing
No, so
walkthroughs.
this wasn't a cheat code. Also, this was just one of those things we never knew how to. Like, so
Yeah,
the thing was, we needed to go around and talk to different people, like different NPCs, to get to know different things and get a new mission, and then
yeah,
we complete something for them and do that. Like originally, we never knew this was a thing, right? We always used to think it's just very streamlined. I mean, Arey, ye karna hai, we need to go to this gym. Let's fight this gym, and we'll get a badge.
yeah.
We just knew that much. We never get to talk to the people around. And it was a revelation that later on came to be like, oh, genuinely go around and speak to everyone because you don't know what you'll get from them or how you get that.
Dude, like you remember the first time you got a rare candy?
Oh.
Oh, fuck. That shit was
Oh my
the
god.
best.
Those were the days, man.
And I
I
remember I remember one thing specifically, right? Like where emulators had like a big advantage over consoles is
Mhm.
that after a point the console speed of the game got too slow. Like, you would move around and the 8-bit music would be like tan 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 tan. And you're just like
That happened.
it's slow, right? Like, but in the emulator you could speed up. You could like go 2 times faster, you could go 3 times faster. So the music will also become faster and your movements will also become faster. So,
Okay.
if you wanted to do speed runs and everything, like, if you were playing the game for the second time and you knew mostly what you had to do, you could just skip, skip, skip. But I remember like trying to play it on the emulator once and I was like, wow, this is slow. Because, I originally played with like the game sped up,
Uh,
speed it up
okay.
quite
Like,
a bit.
so the thing is, the game itself, I've never played it on an emulator per se.
Huh.
So I've always like had to. I've had the luck to play on the Game Boy in that matter.
Yeah, you just rub that in. Rub that in.
Sorry. Why am I saying sorry? It is, but luckily, I did, and I never realized that there was a faster version to it. So I never like found it slow,
Yeah.
uh, because I've been used to that speed, right? Like I've played on that speed, so
Correct.
I don't know. But I mean, I can imagine like when you're used to, it's kind of like the internet, right? Once you get used to the faster speeds,
Oh, you
how do
can't
you go
go
back to
back.
the old like slower speeds, right?
Dude,
Because
but that thrill when your Pokemon is evolving on the game.
oh my god,
No, you're like, whoa, what is
yeah.
happening? Like, whoa, my mind is blowing. Like, just
Yeah.
everybody calm the fuck down. What the fuck is this?
what is happening? Oh my god, it's turning bigger. Oh my god, it's a new
Yeah.
moves. It looks so cool.
Oh my
Ah,
God,
okay.
Charmeleon is here.
So were you always like a fire type Pokemon chooser, or did you like ever choose like the other types as well?
Um, I I've played the game where I've chosen each and every Pokemon to like
Oh,
see how it
nice,
went.
nice.
Yeah, I
So
think my first time was picking like Charmander because I'm like venture game का नाम fire red है मतलब और क्यों क्यों लूंगा
also
मैं
also Charizard, man. Like Charizard is just
yeah
one
right
of
like
it's that one
dude
Pokemon. I don't know why we all fawn over so much.
I have no fucking clue man there's something just legendary about
About
Charizard.
that also, it's not a dragon. It looks more like a dragon, and than like some Pokemons that are given the dragon type.
Wait
Um,
I have the card right here let me I have
it's a flying type Pokemon, fire and flying,
I
I
have
think.
Blaine's Charizard and I have regular Charizard
Nice,
and Charizard to me actually looks more like a cat without it. Why?
bro. No,
No idea
okay,
why Charizard
okay, no.
looks.
I'm
No,
sorry. I'm
that's a
sorry. I have
no.
to leave this call now.
You're gonna drop the call.
you
But if
you
you look
just
at if you
offended
look at
everyone.
if you look at most dragons that are depicted on the big screen or the small screen, they actually have a lot of feline features. Like if you look at cats very closely, you'd realize that dragons have been given a similar personality. But yeah, when I look at Charizard, there is something just fucking
So
majestic about
okay,
that.
yeah. So but it does look like a dragon per se,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
It's not a dragon type though.
like
Uh,
if I had to compare the dragon type with Charizard, I'd still say Charizard looks more dragony than Dragonite. Dragonite just looks like a really fluffy teddy bear with wings, like
yeah, but Dragonite is hella like strong, huh?
powerful. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
remember in the league, there's this guy at the end in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
tournament
yeah,
who
yeah, yeah,
just has
that
fucking
Dragonite.
dragon type
Yeah,
Pokemon. You're like, इसको कैसे हराऊं मैं? And then you and then you
so
get this
dragons
thing.
can be dragons is the thing, right? It's
Yeah,
like
and then you get this thing, you go to the Pokemon park, you have a chance to find
yeah,
a Dratini when you with your fishing rod and everything.
yeah. No, no, like
They
honestly, but now in today's time, there's another type that can beat dragon types.
okay.
Just to make the game a little more fair, because I think it became like a lot more skewed towards the dragon type, so they had to put in a new type, which is called the fairy type.
Hmm.
Fairy type has its own weaknesses as well. Like it's equally balanced technically, because each now
Fairy?
what?
Is the fairy type anything like Clefairy and like
Yeah, so Clefairy got added into the fairy type, and there are other newer Pokemons that are in that fairy type that are like different. But Clefairy is technically now added into, I think, the fairy type. But yeah, so because normal type, like how why was that a type as well in general? If you really
yeah,
think about it, like why normal?
dude, at the end Pokemon was just animals that were remixed to make look like
Yeah.
Pokemon, right? Like
Okay,
all
no,
of the
we
artwork
don't want
stuff.
to we don't want to go into that aspect, because then that brings up another point of
And then
thinking about
we don't
Pokemon.
want to break that bubble. We were
Yeah.
eternal kids, naive, getting fooled by Nintendo.
It's a big fighting ring.
Yeah, like some तो
Yeah,
there was no effort. Just called Krabby. Like क्या
Krabby,
चाहिए
bro. Krabby
effort
is
डाल देता and
like
then there
because
was
of the anime. Okay, I have that one, like the way it used to say Krabby, like.
oh my god, do that again. Fuck, that was hilarious.
Ah, like it used to do that thing, like.
That
I
it's so
remember
much.
Krabby.
And then we
Uh,
had some really patriotic Indian Pokemons called Paras. Like
Paris.
I had a friend called Paras in my school. That guy was
Uh,
never taken seriously because I'm like, हाँ तू तो Pokemon है.
I never had a guy called Paris in my school, but that's hilarious.
Even
Like,
in college we just called him Parasect. Like
Parasect.
it is tough, you know.
Oh my god, I feel sad, man.
Me too.
Parasect.
I should tag Paras in this podcast and like, hey, you know what? I'm still making fun of you, my man. Like
It's still
Jana
an
Bhai.
ongoing thing.
Like
It's
Jana Bhai.
still. But that's actually funny, yeah. Like to think about, that was actually genuinely like, people used to get, have the same name as a Pokemon. I think I would find it cool that, like, oh look.
Yeah. I mean, I would totally own it right now. I'm like, hey, fuck you. My name was
So
copied
at
by.
the time, I think, people used to get bullied easily as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Correct.
Uh,
Which sucks if you are somebody who bullies. It's not a good habit, dear sir, madam, dear sheeple.
dear
Don't
sheep,
do it.
dear non-binary.
Yeah, it sucks. Please don't be a
Yeah.
bully. If you've been bullied, uh, I have been. It's
I
not.
think, I mean, to an extent, yeah. I'd say
Which is that we take a little turn and we just say that the Sheeples is a safe space,
yeah.
which is supposed to be like a nice place where we don't encourage shitty things. So yeah, we just wanted to take a
Don't en-
moment and
the easiest way to say it. We don't encourage shitty
shitty
things.
things. Yeah, so we just wanted to take a moment and say, hey, you know what? We're with
Yeah.
you if you've gone through that. We're
Yeah.
not with you if you're somebody who subjects people to bullying. We encourage you to reflect upon your habits and change.
Yeah. I mean, people can change, right? So you,
People can change. So we believe in you,
yeah.
unless
Um,
you are a slow bro.
slow bro is the. I
Dude,
think
I have a card
I
over here. I have a card over here called Light Slow Bro. What?
really light slow bro. That's
Like I
interesting.
remember the dark ones made sense because they were Team Rockets, but
I genuinely don't remember the light cards. I remember the dark ones. I remember the dark ones. Dark ones have also been mentioned in the Pokemon Go game where there are Pokemon that are affected by like this particular, um, like by Team Rocket
yeah,
and
like I
something,
have
and they're
Dark
all dark and
Ampharos
stuff.
and like
Uh,
like
what's the light one? Like I never remember. I don't
yeah,
remember there being light.
the description of Dark Ampharos says that its brightly lit tail can be seen for miles in the dark, even by ships on the sea. Whoa,
Huh.
oh yeah,
I mean,
and
that's I think in general for Ampharos because in the world of Pokemon, technically Ampharos are also, like work with. They also work with trainers in lighthouses and stuff like that. Apparently,
correct,
from what I
correct.
remember. So yeah, so Ampharos did have that aspect. I mean, I love the way I think they've melded the Pokemon into the general world in general. Like how they use, like how each Pokemon has their own part to play in the normal society in the whole
Like
grand scheme of things.
something for the adult brain as well to grasp the
Yeah.
Pokemon.
The fun part of it all is though, like, did you watch Detective Pikachu by any
No,
chance?
man, I'm not chanced upon the movies.
I mean, Detective Pikachu was the one that was the live action one. If you ever saw, like, it came out a year back. It came out
Okay.
in 2019, I think. Yeah. It was on in theaters. Ryan Reynolds gave the voice for Pikachu. Um, if you
Oh no,
heard
I
of
think I
it.
completely missed it. Tell me more.
Truly, you missed the. It was a lot of fun. That was, I think, just a fun movie to watch. People didn't love it per se, but I think I loved it because, well, Pokemon, and it's just gonna be close to my heart. So it's just like I had a lot of fun watching it with a friend of mine. I had gone for that, and oh my god, dude, such a good time in the theater. I would recommend, definitely check it out. If you sheepers have not watched that movie, like just put it on. You'll have a good time. It's a ball of a time for sure.
Dude, I'm gonna check it out for sure. I think the movies were like a great addition to the universe.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. The one thing is for sure, like we've spoken about the cards in the video games, like in this episode, but we do want to cover the anime. Hopefully at some point, whenever I think in the future we do want to do one episode
Oh yeah,
completely on
that's
like
going to be
just
a bigger one,
yeah,
much bigger.
because there's so much to cover in Pokemon in general, man. Honestly, there's so much fun to be had in this particular genre. And I don't know, I can't express it enough how much I love it. I know you do. a lot.
My God, like I said, I get slightly turned on at times. I get
Oh, fuck.
nostalgic. I get
I didn't need
goosebumps.
that.
Like just like in the it's in the nicest of ways. It's got nothing sexual with it. It's just like that weird combination of goosebumps and intense excitement that you're like, whoa, what? Is Pokemon my thing now? Like what?
No. I think
No,
I
dude,
think the
I
furry
could,
community is your calling.
dude, I would quit the real world so hard
Oh
right
my
now
god.
if I was offered a doorway in the Pokemon world.
Oh,
Like
for
I
a
would.
moment I was like, furry community. Oh my god. No.
No, no, no. I wouldn't come out of that closet, but yeah, I would go into that door if
Uh,
I could enter. Like I still, man, like deep down, I'm still like, fuck if I find that wardrobe from Narnia. Fuck if I can find that doorway into. I'm like, sometimes I wish that if I play the emulator for long enough, I'll get sucked in and become like a
yeah.
8-bit Wreck-It Ralph, and I'll be like, yay, I'm gonna play all day long.
Oh, dude. I honestly like. I think that world is one of the best like worlds created in general because there's so much to find there. There's so much to discover. Go for an adventure, make friends, do whatever. And I think Pokemon Go generally did a good job with it. Like just saying, if you played Pokemon Go,
I
um,
didn't buy
pardon,
tried
can you repeat
Pokemon.
that?
I never tried Pokemon Go for some reason, but I know that you've been quite the
Oh,
active player, and I think
yeah,
you
I
still
still
do.
play
Right?
it. I still play it.
Dude, how are you
Uh,
managing with the quarantine? How do you manage to?
so they kind of actually gave you controls that you could move from your own house for a few days, like until the quarantine is going on.
Dude, that is
Um,
smart. That is smart.
Pokemon Go has allowed you to do that, and and now you can battle people on Pokemon Go. You fight gyms. You do a lot of like you can trade with people now on Pokemon Go. Trade Pokemon. So I think they've improved that game a lot, and honestly, I think genuinely, if you all are not playing it still, like check it out again because you're definitely gonna have a lot of fun. Especially for the people who still like truly want to get into the Pokemon stuff again. It's a good gateway, I guess.
Yeah, man, and trust me, this episode has been such a big nostalgia ride, and I really want to get this to as many Pokemon heads out there because I know there
Yeah,
are so many of them that are just intensely into Pokemon, but for the past few years, or as soon as they grow up, they just disconnected. So if
yeah,
you're listening to this, I know obviously you're a big Pokemon head, but it is your responsibility to now get this out, get the word out to all of your other friends who are into Pokemon, because trust me, everyone needs to go through this nostalgia trip, and it is nothing short of insane. So tell all the other sheeples out
yeah,
there that
yeah,
you know would love Pokemon. Tell all your 90s kids,
yeah.
and this is for them. This is for you. This is for all of us. This
Also,
is
answer this one simple
Pokemon.
Pokemon, one simple question for us. I'm saying one simple
Oh,
Pokemon
dude, I
question.
thought you were going into that ad. When they broke into an ad, they're like, "Who's that Pokemon?"
No,
You had a
oh, maybe we can do that for a game on our
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Insta.
Oh, fuck, that's a good idea. Oh my
That's
God,
a good
we're,
one.
we're going to do that on Instagram.
Yeah, we can do that on Insta. Let's do
Yeah,
it. But other than that, I genuinely wanted to ask this one simple question to you all. Who or what is your favorite Pokemon, whether it be a legendary or a normal one? Give us both if you will want to. I would love to hear what like, which is that Pokemon that you truly love and would wish to have by your side. And number two, what is your favorite memory with Pokemon? Like,
you said number two.
yeah. Like you can answer while you're on the number two. We are usually on our phones in the number
Whoa,
in the
whoa, whoa! The safe
two.
space got suddenly a lot more comfortable.
Too safe, too safe. Get out.
Too safe. Yeah,
Let's get out. But anyway, like I think like done stupid stuff for an hour now, talking
yeah. Wait,
about
so fun.
yeah.
I still can't figure out what these trainer cards were for. Grass Cube O1, Max Revive, Super Potion, Full Heal, Giovanni, Night
Dude, like these all are really like important to play now in the normal game.
Energy
Like
Retrieval, Weakness
honestly,
Guard, Desert Shaman. Like, wow.
Desert Shaman, you mean
Shaman.
Shaman,
Shaman Finnegan.
Shamus Finnegan.
We're gonna be Shaman Finnegan all day
Oh,
long.
you're always gonna Finnegan.
Laughy
with that
answers,
Seamus.
man. You know what,
Anyway,
dude? You end the podcast. I'm just going to be reading out these cards like
okay.
Raticate,
So
Ratata.
I guess I really the only thing I can say is like follow us on our socials if you're like really like the work that we are doing. We would
Oh,
love to have you over on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Reddit. You can follow. You can find us by Sheeples People on Instagram and Twitter, and you can find us as the Sheeples Podcast on Reddit. We are also on YouTube. Like I said, we have plans to do a lot, and one of those video ideas is genuinely like just buying Pokemon cards and opening them on camera. So you can find us as the Sheeples on YouTube. So yeah, like we would love to have you all over, just chat with us, have a conversation with us. We would love to just um pick your brains and hope have you all pick our brains about different things. So just yeah, let's have fun. So this is Mr. Ketchup signing out.
whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the signing up. Still reading Pokemon cards. Rhydon, Goldie, Mightyena, Cacnea,
You do you, my friend. You do you. So
Dot.
yeah, goodbye. Sheep